media. What is it?
What's it do?
What's the point?
Why does it exist?
Why are people so obsessed with it?
Why is it taking over the world?
These are really big questions, but here's our theory.
Everyone is equal online.
You tell the world what you want it to know.
They don't know who you are.
They can't see you.
You're in control.
Everyone is looking for something.
Something that's missing.
Friends,
Family.
support,
Education.
inspiration,
Love.
internet dating,
Love.
Thai bride,
Ideas.
Pinterest.
No, that's just stealing other people's ideas.
Okay, motivation,
Katie Hopkins.
Gillian Michaels,
The one-legged man off Ninja Warrior UK.
trends.
Blue and black.
What? No! White and gold!
Role model. Famous blind people.
Oh, did you know that Johnny Depp is blind in one eye?
Really?
Yes.
I know. What's wrong with me?
Now's not the time.
No, I mean medically.
Oh, like when you Google it?
Yeah.
NHS choices.
Advice.
WikiHow.
No, I mean good advice.
Oh, like the old woman on this morning.
Community.
Season 3.
Entertainment.
Netflix, YouTube. We went looking for something.
We went looking for something.
Yeah, a role model.
Famous blind people.
Did you know that Johnny Depp is blind in one eye?
Really?
Yes. I know.
A role model. Friend.
Support,
Inspiration.
advice.
Someone just like me.
Someone just like me. But why?
Why did we go looking for this?
Growing up, I didn't have a role model.
I couldn't find a role model.
No one who represented me.
No one who represented me.
So we went looking.
Online.
Through blogs,
Anything that inspired.
or connected us.
No one represented disability.
Diversity.
Let alone more specifically.
Visual impairment. I don't see myself on TV.
I'm not the protagonist in any of the books I read.
I'm not the leading lady in any film.
I'm not newsworthy.
I'm not the fashionable topic of conversation.
Or trends.
But it only took one thing
And one person.
to make us realise
That change
can happen.
Oh my god, I'm in the fashion license.
No, I don't have one on Twitter.
I used to have Instagram.
Did you see that thing she did?
Oh my god, it's called.
Absolutely. The top 10 misconceptions of visual impairment.
Oh my god, it was literally like she was talking
I have literally said the words that she's written.
You're so trendy, you don't look blind. Fashionista is an online fashion and lifestyle blog for people with sight loss, aiming to bridge the gap between fashion and disability and seeks to challenge people's perception towards disability.
My name is Emily Davison.
Hello, I'm Emily Davison. What are you doing? Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Emily Davison. I'm 20 years of age, I'm a student at Goldsmiths University. I'm also a blogger and a writer and I make YouTube videos. And I'm all about showing people that disability does not define you, it just makes you into an even more awesome person than you already were before. Hello.
Hi. Whilst you're here, do you mind if we interview you?
It's like my dream.
Please,
Okay.
take a seat. Excuse us. How are you? Good, right?
I'm good.
Good. Welcome to our lovely abode.
Okay, so let's find the right question for this.
Tell them that's not
How would you describe your blog?
My blog is a place that I think is fun and it's got something for everyone. And it's a mixture. It's normality because it's everything that you'd expect if you're looking for a review or the latest product by Central Pay. But then it's also a little bit out of the ordinary because I do also talk about things like being disabled and having people who say that you don't look blind, which is not really your everyday thing here. So it's a mixture. It's a cocktail of things like a little cocktail.
Oh, nice. I do love it.
Yeah. Peace and love.
Oh, lovely. Getting caught in the rain. Sorry. Terrible song that I shouldn't sing. Why did you start Fashionista?
I started it because someone said to me once, I was getting on onto the tube and I went to go through a disabled barrier that you get on tube stations, and the guy said, "You can't go through there." I said, "Why? I'm disabled." He looks down, sees I've got a guide dog, turns up, and initially changed the PE, and he goes, "Oh, you didn't look blind." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And then that sort of inspired me to think, well, what does someone who's blind have to look like? Why do they have to fit into this box of people who are allegedly supposed to be dowdy and have no fashion sense? It's not true. So I wanted to start a blog that changed that perception, but also for people who've got sight loss who might want some advice about makeup fashion, that they can get it. So that's basically where the idea came from.
That's really nice. I think that's what we were looking for when we were younger. We were trying to look for other young people just like us, and that's what we found.
Okay, so what would you say is the future for Fashion Extra?
I want to just expand. I want people to network with me. I want to just grow my community. I want people to sort of collaborate with me, and I want to have a bigger network of people who can relate to disability and who can talk about the same thing. And I just really want to continue to make videos that you girls obviously have seen, and to make people realise that disability is something that defines you. It just molds you into another person.
And keep that me about this too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, a bit of a funny question. If David Cameron came up to you and said, okay, we are cutting down on this social media lark that's happening in the world. There's way too much of it happening and way too many different options, but we want you, Emily Johnson, to choose one that you can keep that the whole world is allowed to use. What one social media would you keep?
Twitter, because Twitter is very interactive. You can post pictures on Twitter, you can post little videos, but you can also, it's very easy to see what the biggest friends and news are. So it's just, for me, it's one of the most accessible things to use, and you can tweet a good selfie, and everyone likes a good selfie, and I like to look like this.
Yeah.
Anyone do a selfie? Oh no, I've done one.
Yeah, and if you say no, then you're lying.
Selfie at the shop, selfie at the beach, selfie in the toilet. I've never heard that one. Surprising.
Sticking with social media, what's your favourite and least favourite thing about it?
My favourite thing is the community and the family that comes with social media, because you meet so many awesome people. So many people I've met here today that know my blog, and you really do get a sense of community on social media, which is what I love about it. And you all can talk about things you relate to, and you can find each other, and it's just amazing. But I don't like the trolling on social media. I don't like people who feel that they need to bring everyone else down and have something to say, but they don't say it in a diplomatic way, or they're not sensitive to people's feelings, and they don't actually consider people's feelings. So I don't like that part of social media, but I like it, so I love the community that comes with it.
Okay, what is your favourite thing to do in your blog? So your favourite playlist or tag or something like that?
I like the disability tags I do. I love doing my videos like about the top 10 misconceptions about vision impairment, which is one of my most popular videos, because it's something that I can relate to and it's something that I enjoy. But equally, I like doing the videos where I do sort of a fashion lookbook, and it's really fun to film. They're stressful, but they're hilarious to film because you get so many good bloopers and outfits. And it's probably using my latest one if you watched it. So I like those videos as well.
I love this. Sometimes you're like, I have this T-shirt and it says Disney on it. It's like, no, it doesn't. I remember watching that and you had to like redo it a couple of times.
Like the eyebrow. So like, it says this. My mum said, no, it doesn't. It says this. I'm like, oh, it comes with a mic. No, Emily, it's a glasses case.
Yeah.
Didn't know. Thanks, Mum.
That's your interpretation. Okay, so we're going to do a quick fire round.
Just one question.
Is there?
Yes, there is.
We're going to do 2 more questions and then we're going to do a quick fire round. Go for it.
Why do you think that blogs like yours are important?
Because they show people that A, they're not alone, and they can inspire people to start their own story, and to know that if they've got something to say, then they should get out there and say it.
Very nice answer. How would you suggest to organisations a good way for them to reach the audience they want to reach in a good way, in a new way?
Use social media in the here and now. Don't dwell on the past, but equally don't pay too much into the future. Social media is about what's in, what's current, what's happening, and it's really important that you use it as a tool to say to people of today, of the young people of today, that even though you're visually impaired, there are things you can do. You can get out there and have a job this summer. You can go out there and you can have fun this summer. You can do whatever you want. This is your life, and you make it what you want, because this is the here and now. and this is your time to do what you want with it.
Very nice. Okay, now we're going to go to the quick fire round. And this is something we've done. We're just going to shoot some questions at you, and you have to answer them as quickly as you possibly can. The first thing that comes top of your head, go for it. There's no wrong answers. This is just getting to know you really.
Right.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Excellent. Go. Who's your favourite blogger?
Charlotte's.
Your last tweet.
Last tweet was a selfie, I believe, as I was before I came on here.
Nice.
The last thing you bought.
A sandwich.
Nice. The last thing that made you laugh.
Last thing I last was a video of an Android advert of all the little animals being friends and that what we put soundtrack, and that's hilarious. You just have to, it's on Facebook, I think it's on Viral Threads feed, it's really hilarious.
The last thing that made you cry.
Tweet on Ricky Gervais about the hashtag Stop Union 2015 campaign. I won't get into it, but it really made me upset.
Last place you went on holiday.
Lake District.
Custard ice cream.
Ice cream.
Nice. Okay, Katie Hopkins is your mum, or you're married to Nigel Farage.
I'm going to say married to Nigel Farage because I can afford him. I can't
Oh,
really get
okay.
it.
I was wondering.
For Mary Barry to tell you you have a song bottom, or for Simon Cowell to criticise your singing ability.
Simon Cowell to criticise my supposed to. No, I can't sing anyway, so it wouldn't be anyway.
Well, he's a terrifying man.
So if I have a guy look and he likes those, so it's something like that, he would be able to.
Very true. You thought that one. Who would you bring back to life?
Beatrix Potter.
Oh, nice. I feel that, yes.
I'd have to say Stephen Hawking.
Okay, sorry. You can only watch Game of Thrones for the rest of your life, or you can watch everything in the world apart from Game of Thrones.
Oh no, I would have to say Game of Thrones for the rest of my life because Tyrion Lannister, I can't read that.
That is one fan of Game of Thrones. So, we have just shown you
How to engage an audience.
that you want to reach.
Please don't think that social media
Equals
Facebook
Please don't write pages
and pages.
of text.
Please don't think that one tweet is enough.
Please just think outside the box.
Blog.
Vlog.
Podcast.
Wrote a blog about living with a vision impairment.
Made a video about living with a visual impairment.
Recorded a podcast about living with a visual impairment.
Posted it to Blogger.
Posted it to YouTube.
Posted it to audiobook.
Shared it on Facebook.
Tweeted a link.
Took a picture and posted it to Instagram.
Reshared it on Facebook.
Retweeted.
Liked on Instagram.
Got more followers.
Got more followers.
Got more followers.
Got a comment from someone in Canada named Molly.
Made a YouTube friend.
Listened to by visually impaired people around the world.
Inspired someone who was recently diagnosed.
Inspired someone to start their own YouTube channel.
Inspired a young visually impaired person struggling in school.
Read by and educated someone who didn't understand visual impairment.
Helped someone to understand their friend's visual impairment.
Give support and reassurance to parents of visually impaired children.
I got good feedback, so I decided to make my blog into a video.
Because of my video, I was interviewed and it became a podcast.
My podcast became an article for a Sight Loss magazine.
You know what happens next. It's because of social media that we're all here today.
Should we show them how?
I wrote an article and made a video about the top 10 misconceptions about living with a visual impairment.
I read the article.
I watched that video. I became a big fan of Fashionista.
Had a meeting with Blind Children UK about the Vision UK 2015 conference.
And of course, we talked about Fashionista.
A lot.
I got an email from Blind Children UK asking me to participate in the Vision 2015 conference with UCAM Productions.
How's Skype meeting with Emily?
Had a Skype chat with the girls from UCAM.
2.5 hours later.
1st of June.
My birthday.
Travelled to Cardiff for rehearsals for the New Vision UK conference.
I met the girls from UCAM Productions.
Yeah. Oh, and the girls from UCAM Productions, of course.
2nd of June.
Rehearsal day.
Vlogged my time at Cardiff.
Starred in Fashionista's latest vlog.
Shared it to Twitter.
Retweeted.
18th of June.
Vision UK 2015 conference. Here we are.
Make your social media thing happen.
Thank you very much.
thing I got from Primark is a pair of very comfortable cotton trousers that have got, they're like harem trousers basically, so they're a little bit loose at the top and then they taper down with this, with these little cuffs on the bottom, and they're in blue and white and they've got a paisley print on it, and they were for £8, and I just thought this would be nice if you're going somewhere for like a casual day out, maybe you're going shopping and you just want to be comfy. You could wear this with a little white vest top and some brown, like some brown sandals,